Today we'll discuss about how to do a dynamic column sorting for our Power BI report. In the previous video, we used a line chart to convert it into a table where we are able to dynamically sort our columns value. So today we will talk about how to use a matrix table to do similar thing, as the matrix table have more flexibility where we have condition formatting where we can have our background color or our font color change according to our values. Here we have our cash flow for operation. Any variance that have more than 10%, whether it's positive or negative, it will be red, and otherwise it will be between 10% plus minus, it will be green. So today we will discuss about how to use matrix table to do similar column sorting for our visualization. So let us look at how this report looks like. What we are trying to achieve is when we change our reporting month data over here, anything more than 10%, whether it's positive or negative, it will be conditioned on the background to have red color over here, and then otherwise it will be green. We'll go for a new page report, and then our table we will be using our cash flow for operation table, and we will go into the Power Query. What we have here is our reporting period, country, plan value, actual value, variance, and variance percentage. So first thing you need to do is you need to sort this by ascending. So the reporting period is sorted by ascending January, February, and etc. The next is, since we want to sort the matrix table based on actual, we'll sort by actual descending. There we have, for January period, it will be sorted out from the highest to the lowest number. Similar for the February period, the highest number to the lowest period. The next thing you need to do is to go to add column, index column. You will have the value over here. So we will have the index value from 0 to the number of rows we have over here. Then we go back to home and we apply. In our new page over here, we'll click the matrix table. From here, for our columns, we need to put in our index. And then for our values, we will use variance percentage. We will remove the total by clicking formatting pane, subtotal, column subtotal. Now we have all the information arranged according to our actual values. So for example, in January, Malaysia is 5.97. We have it over here. And then for February, we have 9.91 over here. So it's sorted out according to the actual value. So what about if we want to do even spacing? As you can see, if we manually drag the spacing over here, when we switch our reporting period, it will change back to the original unless we change for each individual reporting slicer. However, we don't want to do this type of manual work. So how are we going to achieve automatically even spacing for our matrix table? One of the way is to enter some spacing for our header so that it will be spread out evenly. So we will go back to our Power Query. We will add a custom column over here, and then custom column. So for the spacing, I will just type character from number. I will put in index over here, and then I will put some Unicode character over here. So for my case, I will use the Braille character. And then to add additional spacing for my column header, I will also use Braille spacing. Instead of using a space, we can go to Excel over here. So for Unicode character, we can use this formula. For example, in Excel, Uni character, and then we type in the number for Braille spacing. We can click in as such. So it will be spaced so it won't be visible. The difference between this spacing and a regular space is that for regular space, Power BI matrix table will remove the spacing for any field, text field. So in order to forcefully inject a space, you need to have certain unique character so that it will force a spacing in the Power BI visualization. So we will use this space instead of a regular space. So maybe I will add a few spacing over here. And then okay. So we have additional space over here. Then we just apply. Now in this report, instead of using index, what we do is we change the columns index. We change it to our custom. So now we will have additional spacing where it spaces out evenly. So you might adjust the spacing in the Power Query so that you will have even spacing. So for example, it doesn't space all the way out over here. We can add additional space in the Power Query. Here we just add maybe additional space. And then we just need to apply and then check back. Okay, nearly there. This should be sufficient over here. So next, what you do is maybe you want to format the color over here for the variance percentage. You can do so. Condition formatting. So I want the background color more than positive or negative 10% to be red. Go to rules. I will have 3 rules. Change it greater than equal to. I'll use all number for easier visibility for me. For the first 2 conditions will be red. The last condition will be green. Anything within 10%, so you will have 0.1 and 0.1 will be green. Anything more than 10% will be red. So this is any ridiculous negative number to negative 0.1. So when we click OK, you will have anything beyond the 10% mark will be red. My text field to be more visible, I would like the font to be white. And then if we want to align the wording to be center, we just click on alignment in the field formatting and then click on center. So now we have all the information we need. If you want the line break to have whatever color, you can do it. You just need to go to grid, vertical color, vertical grid. So for this case, maybe I do not need it. So you just move this over and then at the formatting plane, send this back. So now you will have all the values for this to be, the column will be sorted out according to the actual value. So if you want to annotate this as a variance percentage, you just need to have a quick insert. Let's say I will insert a text box. Say this is a variance percentage. So you can have a quick one over here. So now the column will be sorted out according to our actual data, and when we slice the column will sort it out accordingly, as our Power Query already initially sort out for us, so we can sort out straight. So when we click January, Malaysia is negative 5.97, and February, Malaysia is in the 4th column, so the data will be sorted out over here. Even though we use matrix table, the information will be sorted out accordingly, as we already done it in Power Query. So if I would like another variance value, I can do it, simply copy, paste this value. So I will do this similar tricks again, send this backward. Instead of variance percentage, this time I would like to have variance. So if I want to format similarly, I go to condition formatting, variance, background color. So use the format by rules. Based on the percentage of the variance. So select the variance percentage. 3 rules. Select numbers. This is greater than 10% is 0.1, and anything large, negative, large, negative 10%, and then we have negative 10% and positive 10%. We will have green. The other two is red. So now we have these two stacked together. So we just need to move the value together so that it will seem as it is in a single table. So we just move a bit. Formatting. We turn off the background. Now there you have it. For this one, we will do the similar thing. Field format. We align it in the center. Our font color, we will change it to white. So this is the variance amount. So let's call it variance. So now you have all the information over here where you can have the column information dynamically sorted based on your actual value. So click Gen, sort it out, click Flavor, sort it out. So you can have this kind of dynamic sorting if you use this type of visualization, and also you just need to make some minor tweak to the Power Query. So let's just discuss why we use some unique character instead. In Power BI, usually for the text field, any space in front and any space after the text field, Power BI will remove it in the matrix table. That is why sometimes we use a Unicode character. So I already have a Unicode character, so that's why I know what Unicode to type it out. So here I have a Unicode table over here. So for Braille patterns, for the spacing is treated as a single space and a character. That's why Power BI did not remove the space in it. That's why you see in Excel, we type in a unique character and then this number, we are able to get a spacing over there. And then we put it in our Power Query. So this is how you do a dynamic sorting if you would like this type of visualization in your table. So you are able to change the background. You can insert a few lines to make it cosmetic wise better, and you will have the column dynamically sort based on your data. So this is the second method of using matrix table to dynamically sort your data for this type of visualization. That's it for the day.